Welcome to Zoom TV, the show where we explore everything that flies, drives and floats and invite you along for the experience. Basically, we're going to give you more information so you can make a more empowered decision. On today's show, Alan Simons is up at Wangara Volkswagen to experience the all-new Tiguan.
This is absolutely one of the most sought-after small SUVs in the world today.
Dan Paris catches up with some jet sprint races.
So what kind of speeds are we getting up to?
In a Group A boat, you're roughly around about 130 to 150 k's an hour.
Our Zoomaholic, thanks to City Toyota and United Fuel Injection, is Gabby Craig. You've just inherited the four-wheel drive gene from your dad.
I think I have inherited it, but I enjoy it probably more than my dad. I'm out every weekend, every chance I get.
And our Celebrity Hitchhiker is the very talented young Australian actress, Demi Harman. First car you ever owned?
Oh, Volkswagen Beetle.
So strap yourself in, because it's time for Zoom TV.
This is absolutely one of the most sought-after small SUVs in the world today. It's the Volkswagen Tiguan, or Golf on steroids. Now, Volkswagen have always had a reputation for quality, reliability, comfort, you name it. And this Tiguan 103 TDI 4Motion Pacific certainly lives up to all of that. Well, let's jump straight in and have a look at the features and find out just why this Tiguan is so good. There's an electric handbrake, auto hold, multifunctional steering wheel, front and rear parking sensors, dual zone climate control, auto light-centered headlights with auto rain-activated wipers and an electrochromatic rear view mirror. Park Assist or parallel parking pushes it to another level. You'll experience the vehicle parking itself as you sit back and sink into your seats and relax. The Tiguan also comes with a 2-litre turbo diesel engine, matched to a 7-speed DSG automatic gearbox, plus the added surety of 4Motion all-wheel drive. And that all comes together in a beautiful package, which makes this Tiguan a really nice car to drive. Of course, all Tiguan models come with the safety of the occupants in mind. There's driver and passenger front and side airbags, full-length curtain airbags, and stability and traction control. It's a practical car too. 5 doors, 5 seats, and a lot of room in the cabin. On the performance front, there's plenty of muscle from the 2-litre turbo diesel engine. Cornering is smooth, the ride is firm but certainly not uncomfortable, the steering is tight and direct, and all in all, this is a nice drive, even better than some of the conventional small cars we've test-driven. Gear changes are smooth and the diesel is very economical and also very quiet. Inside, the Tiguan has a lot of charm and the spacious cabin is very well detailed. It's noticeably straightforward, uncluttered and richly textured with nice materials, big round gauges and a premium luxury feel. You could easily believe you're seated in a spec'd-up Audi instead of the Volkswagen SUV. As I mentioned before, Volkswagen Tiguan promotes all of VW's core values: quality, reliability, performance, economy and class. This is a crossover vehicle from Volkswagen that's very hard to beat. The best place to test drive Tiguan is at Wangara Volkswagen, part of the quality AHG family, Berryman Drive, Wangara. Go to wangaravolkswagen.com.au or follow the links from Zoom TV.
Now, behind any great club, sporting club, car club, or even boating club, there's always a passionate heart, a driving force of people making it happen. Now, I'm with one of the passionate people from the West Coast Jet Sporting Club, Mr. Chris Kent. How are you, sir?
Good, Aaron. Good to see you.
Good to see you as well. I haven't seen you for years. Now, I was here a couple of years ago, and you actually made me love life a little bit more than I loved life at the time.
We had a good run.
We did. Now, talking about the club and what you've done here, now with most sporting clubs that people are more aware of, say sporting clubs, in the way of footy clubs, fishing clubs even, well, they've got a little bit of history, but this sport is relatively new. So tell us the story, Chris.
Well, jet boating came out of New Zealand a long, long time ago, but those boats, you know, we look back on those days and we wonder what we used to get excited about, because the boats of today, you know, have the same computer systems as the V8 supercars, and they're very, very high tech and very, very quick. But the track came about, we actually staged one leg of the World Championships. So we purpose-built the track, and it's been here ever since.
Now, if people want to get involved in your club and come down and try a bit of boating, now I know they can do that. How do they do that?
If they jump on our website, you can buy a ride there, which is $150. That's how a lot of people get to enjoy the sport for birthdays or presents. But on the website also, there's always a number of boats for sale as the guys upgrade, and it's a very affordable sport.
Thank you very much for your time. I'm going to ask you, have you done what we've asked for Dan Paris?
Mate, it's all set up. He's in for a hell of a surprise.
Okay, let's go and speak to him, but I want you to keep a straight face. Now, you're going to find out exactly what that is later in the show. It's worth sticking around for. We'll catch you later on Zoom TV.
Now it looks like I've drawn the very short straw. I'm here with Ed Owen. How are you, mate?
Mate, how are you?
Yeah, good. And we're at the jet boats, of course, and they're kidding me up for a good reason. I'm about to jump in one. No experience, never done it before, never done anything like this, and do a few hot laps, mate. I mean, what do I expect? How many horsepower do these things have?
Mate, well, you're looking at a Group A boat that's around about 650 horsepower. You'll pull 3 to 4 Gs in the corners. You'll get thrown around like a rag doll in there.
Oh, great. It's exactly what I wanted to hear. Thank you.
Yeah, we've been running the West Coast Jet Sprint Club here for a while, and yeah, huge fun. I mean, myself, I got in one, and yeah, I got out and went, right, how much and where I want to drive one. Definitely adrenaline hit.
Is this the only track in Perth?
At the moment it is. There's another track in Newman. We're trying to work on a couple more tracks. There's 5, I believe, Australia-wide. Yeah, you've got 3 different classes. You've got 350 class, which is a cubic inch of the motor, and then you go to these ones, which are 400. These are commonly called a Group A boat. Yep. Then you go to super boat, which is just insane horsepower. We're talking like 12 to 1600 horsepower, and that, yeah, you've got to have your game on to get on that one.
So what kind of speeds are we getting up to?
In a Group A boat, you'll roughly around about 130 to 150 k's an hour. Coming into turns, yeah, like we said before, you'll pull 3 to 4, maybe 5 Gs, depending on how quick you're going on that turn, and these things will turn. The trick is you've got to have your foot to the floor to get around that corner. You back off, you're going to know all sorts of trouble.
So the slower you go, the more dangerous it is?
Exactly right. You've got to throw the slipper in and go hard, otherwise you won't go around that corner.
So you're locked into that seat, obviously?
Definitely, yep, strapped in and away you go.
I'll be all right?
You'll be fine, you'll be fine.
What happens if it flips?
Hold your breath.
Hold my breath. All right, good when there's water, you know, that's great advice. Oh, mate, look, I can't wait. In fact, if you want to see me go around here and absolutely scream like a little girl, then maybe you should keep watching, because I think I need that help.
You're going to have a ball of fun. This is going to be the most fun with your pants on, I can tell you.
Oh, I kind of can't wait.
I'm now joined by this week's Zoomaholic, Gabby Craig. How are you, Gabby? Nice to meet you. Now, it's the first time we've met, but I've known your father for a very long time, so I feel like family.
Yeah, basically.
Basically. Now, your father is Matt Craig from United Fuel Injection, so you're always going to drive a car that is going to be similar to your dad's four-wheel drive, isn't it?
Basically, yeah, I don't get a choice.
It actually looks better.
It does. I love it.
All right, so tell me about your car.
I had a 2.8 in it. My dad changed it to a 4.2, more power. Got a TD05 18G. Puts out 300 horsepower and 210 rear wheel kilowatts.
Wow. So do you actually enjoy going off-road and stuff, or is it you've just inherited the four-wheel drive gene from your dad?
I think I have inherited it, but I enjoy it probably more than my dad. I'm out every weekend, every chance I get.
How long have you had it for, Gab?
About 2 years.
Okay.
But I've only had the 4.2 for about 6 months.
Okay. And there's a lot of parts on there stolen from United Fuel Injection?
Yeah. My turbo and stuff all from UFI, yeah.
Found it. Now, what's the best thing you've ever done in this? Where's the best place you've gone off-road and just gone, I nailed that?
Oh. I guess power lines, because it never really changes, but as I get more and more power, it gets more and more easier, which is awesome.
Yep. And you're getting to know the car. Now, it's important to have the torque, but if you don't know how to drive it, well, it's kind of like putting me behind the controls of a 707.
Yeah.
Good things aren't going to happen. Thank you, Gabby. Now, you're definitely Matt Craig's daughter, aren't you?
I sure am.
I tell you what, now, if people want to get more torque in the car, where do they go?
Definitely United Fuel Injection. You can see what my dad's done to his car and what he's done to my car. It's awesome.
He's a machine. I tell you what, if you want to turn your car into a machine, go to unitedfuel.com.au. Now, if you have something cool like this car or anything that flies, drives or floats, we want to know about it. Make a video between 1 and 2 minutes long telling us why it's so cool to you. Upload it to YouTube, then send the link to IamAZoomaholic at ZoomTV.com.au. You never know, you might be on the show. After the break, we catch up with Roscoe as he experiences the all-new Prado thanks to City Toyota. That's next on Zoom TV.
Today we're going to take a look at the Toyota Prado GXL Turbo. And I tell you what, it is a pretty good thing. Now here's a few interesting facts. Toyota have been in Australia for just on 50 years. Way back in those early years, anybody that went bush would say, we're going bush in a Land Rover. And that doesn't matter what make or model it was. It only took a few years, and when people went bush, they'd say, we're going bush in a Land Cruiser. And that didn't matter what make or model of vehicle it was. Well, I tell you what, that's how strong the Toyota brand has become here in Australia. The vehicle we're looking at today carries on that tradition, the 2013 Prado GXL Turbo. Interestingly, the Prado model has clocked up over 150,000 sales since its release in 1997. It's a smidgen heavier than the previous models, so why would you even consider it if you're not a true believer? Well, they have stuck with the separate frame and body configuration favoured by serious off-roaders. Back in the old days, the comment was it couldn't pull the skin off a rice pudding. Well, nowadays, with this jigger, hold on to that pudding. Sitting in this very comfortable seating position, you're surrounded by more bells and whistles and technology than you can poke a stick at. Now, this big 4-spoke steering wheel is great to get hold of when you're scaring the family on that steep downhill descent. Toyota is on the money by increasing the interior by 130mm, yet retaining the popular 2850 wheelbase, creating more occupant space and a slightly larger cargo capacity. The one-touch tumble operation of the second seat is magic. What about how she looks? Well, it's chunky, how one would want it to look. Big bumpers, grille and lights. The rear is more soft with LED taillights, and of course the compulsory stoplight is cleverly mounted inside the taillight glass. Now this is a big rig. It sits quite high off the ground, so when you go into undercover car parks at shopping centres, you'll tend to duck. But I tell you what, you will make it. So if you want something with comfort, reliability and size, the 2013 Prado has got the goods. Now a man that's been around City Toyota for a number of years is Carl Hoff. Carl, how you going? Toyota just keep on raising the bar, don't they?
They sure do. They've just brought out the kinetic suspension and the crawl control in the new Prado.
A little bird told me you have a special as well, eh?
Yeah, we do. Now they've just brought out an Altitude. Now the Altitude is a limited edition Prado with about $18,000 worth of gear in the car. Moonroofs, sat navs, DVD players, it just goes on. For an additional $5,000, you're laughing.
Fantastic. Well, that is a great special. Now, if you're interested in the special or test drive the Prado, drop into City Toyota in the middle of Perth and ask for one. And if you want more information, click on to ZoomTV.com.au.
Now, why am I getting wet? That's because in here is our co-host of the day, Mr. Dan Paris. Are you in there?
Oh, mate, I'm so in the zone. Look, I'll probably sleep through this, to be honest.
Now, mate, have you actually conversed with your co-driver to make sure he has a reason to bring you back?
I think you're in good hands because he was Australian champ, world champ there for a while.
I think I'm getting wet in here too because I think he might be having a little bit of a moment.
No, that's not a moment. It's just the rain.
A little bit of a moment. That's what you do. Now, mate, what's your strategy? What are you going to do? You're going to go out there and you're just going to contribute to the drive, or you're just going to hold on?
Well, I'm going to direct him and he's going to completely ignore that and do what he knows to.
Correct.
Yeah, exactly. Do what he knows that's going to make it without us rolling or crashing.
Now, I don't want to make Mr. Paris upset, but you know that we've actually got cameras all around, so don't go out there and feel you've got to be a man. I want you to let it out. Let out the frustration.
Yeah, well, apparently the screaming is, well, if it's louder than his, then it's not too bad. So.
Okay, mate. Man hug, because I might not see you again. There you go.
I can't move.
Take care, fellas, okay? Don't forget expensive cargo.
Yeah, I've noticed you're not doing this.
I'm doing it after you.
Oh, yeah.
Doing it after you. Good luck.
I'll hold you to
I've got
that.
the suit coming. Good luck, mate. You look very strong.
Thank you.
Tell you what, Mr. Paris, there's no soapy star that could pretend that he just didn't have fun then. Let's go down and find out exactly what Mr. Paris thought. Come on. Mate, how was it?
Mate, you've done this before, haven't you?
I've done it before. I don't know if I want to do it again, but I just wanted to relive the experience through you.
Did that look insane? Did that look
Looked pretty crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know about you at home. It looked pretty crazy.
Well, it was pretty crazy. A couple of times.
You want to get some blood back into your whole body, or?
I think I need to. Well, the blood's flowing well at the moment. First corner took my breath out of my lungs, just blew me away. But then started to enjoy it. It was actually quite nice.
Now I've got to ask before you get out and get conned and he pays you a bribe. Was he screaming or was he calm?
Yeah, a couple of times I thought it might have spun a bearing because the squeal was so intense. I looked across and it was just him, mouth open.
Well, it's mainly best.
There has been a rumour about Dan and Dan's high-pitched scream. Now, Dan, if people want to get involved, where do they go?
Well, that's easy. I know that one. It's ZoomTV.com.au. And before I lose my breath again, join up. You can become a Zoomaholic.
I've got to tell you, those jet boats look like a lot of fun, but I am glad Dan got the short straw. To get involved, go to zoomtv.com.au. Now, if you belong to an enthusiast club, we want to know about it. Send an email to imazoomaholic@zoomtv.com.au. Tell us about your event, and you never know, we might come along. After the break, we catch up with this week's Asanda Celebrity Hitchhiker, Demi Harman. She's up next, thanks to Asanda on Zoom TV. Welcome back to Zoom TV. Now I'm joined with one of everyone's favourite characters from Home and Away. Demi Harman, how are you, Demi?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
I'm really well. It's been a year since we spoke. I missed you.
It has, I know. It's been too long.
I heard you tried to email me, but you spelled it with one A.
I know, I didn't put the .au on at the end.
Well,
so sorry.
I heard you spelled it with one A. That's cool. It's getting worse. It's getting worse. Now, what have you been up to for the last year?
Working my butt off. That's what I've been doing. But it's been really fun. And I've been on Home and Away 3 years now in April. So
Are you feeling like a veteran?
I do. I feel like a veteran. I really do. It's a great feeling.
Okay, now I should ask, the next time that we come over to Sydney, is where you film Home and Away?
Yes, that's where we film.
I'm there regularly. You should be able to show me through Home and Away.
I definitely can.
Me and the crew, we'd love to see it.
Yes.
See your car
Zoom
for
crew?
real.
Yes.
Zoom crew.
Yeah, your Zoom crew. I can definitely show you. No worries.
It's a pretty hard job being an actor, a professional actor. Take us through an ordinary day.
Ordinary day. So I do have a car of my own. I drive to Palm Beach.
Don't have a driver.
No, I drive myself. I drive to Palm Beach most days, but it's usually like 2 to 3 times a week.
How far out of Sydney is that?
An hour and a half.
Wow.
So it's quite a long trek, and it's not a simple one either. So a lot of windy roads. But I do a lot of yoga. I live on the beach, so I go to the beach a lot and swim. So
and a day would be a full day. You don't just go there for a couple of hours. You're there for a whole day working.
No, it varies. So I can go to work for like a 13-hour day, 14-hour day, or then I can go to work for like 4 hours.
Wow.
Another day.
Wow. And 5 days a week? 5 days a week?
5 days a week.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is it a pretty tight crew that you guys work?
Very tight crew. We're all like family. It's really lovely. And I know everyone on Home and Away says, oh, we're such a family. But it's true.
Okay.
We
ready?
are a family.
I've got to ask you the sound of Fast 5 just really quickly.
Yes.
You ready? Because you've got to go.
Yes.
First car you ever owned?
Volkswagen Beetle.
There you go. A really old classy one. What colour?
No, new one.
What colour?
Green.
That's the first car you ever owned, brand new Beetle. Cool. What is your opinion of the worst car on the street and why?
I really don't like Gets. Like, you know, Hyundai Gets.
Yeah,
I think there's too
Hyundai's
many
a sponsor,
of them.
but that's okay.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay. What is
Please
your
don't say
opinion of the
Hyundai.
best car on the road?
Best car on the road, my car.
There you go, Beetle. And what's your biggest fear?
Biggest fear? Oh, there's so many. To do with cars?
Anything with life.
Probably one of my wheels exploding. A flat tire.
There you go. There you go. And what's happening with your character? Just quickly before we say goodbye, what's happening with your character over the next 6 months? Do you know?
Yes, I do know.
Are you sticking
Not
around?
6 months, 4 months.
Are you sticking around?
I'm sticking around. You'll see plenty more of the Sash Fierce.
Cool. And I will be seeing you next year. Thank you very much, Miss. You're awesome. You're a legend. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye.
And we're done. Thanks for watching. Now, if you want to know any more about today's show, go to our website, zoomtv.com.au. While you're there, download our free iPhone app, made free thanks to Asander. And if you want to become a Zoomaholic, you got something cool that flies, drives, and floats, tell us about it. Make your video, upload it to YouTube and send us a link. And if you're an enthusiast and you're part of a club and you've got an event coming up, tell us about it. We never know, we might even come along. I'm a Zoomaholic at zoomtv.com.au. It's that simple. Until next week, bye for now. Thanks for watching. And remember, whatever you do that Zooms, make sure you do it safe. And that's a wrap.